to that intro.
Hey,
What's up?
shout out to the intro.
Intro.
Yeah. What up? It is the Brew Drop, powered by Brews and Banter Podcast. We are here on a Thursday to have this Brew Drop. We are with Wilmington Brew Works. Specifically, we are with John Fusco, the VP of Creative and Marketing, to talk about the new beer that just dropped on Monday.
December
Rail
7th.
Car 1. So we want to walk you to the Brew Drop, and you can tell us all about the beer.
Welcome.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Well, thanks for having me.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess this is how we should start, right?
Yes.
Definitely. Clink, 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 clink.
Yeah. Are you guys able to? Do you guys have Railcar 1 in front of you? Is that what you guys are drinking?
We
Yes,
do.
sir. Of
We
course
do.
we do, man.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. There's the can.
Let's show this beauty off right here.
Yeah. Cheers.
Little Air Force One motif.
Mhm.
If we needed better artwork, I brought the poster.
That's nice, though.
Yeah. We need some of that promo. We need that poster.
I can hook you guys up with that. We were making Spaceballs jokes the other day.
Oh, that's the movie.
Railcar won the poster. Railcar won the sticker.
There you go.
T-shirts. You don't have any flamethrowers though.
Right. I hope not, anyway.
Nice.
But this is. I cracked this thing open, yo. I was shocked.
You were shocked?
Yeah.
Oh, Tiku, very nice.
Yo, I was definitely shocked. I thought it was gonna be, how IPAs can be a little iffy.
Or a little bit of more tart or not
Delicious.
tart. It is good.
Well, we do the Northeast IPAs, the New England style IPAs, and it's one of those things that is still not pervasive. People come in all the time and they say, I don't like IPAs. I'm like, okay, but you've had those really bitter ones for so many years. And it's a shame that we don't have another name for it other than the Northeast IPA, because it's what we're doing. We don't put any hops in the kettle that much. Most of it all comes in afterwards during the fermentation process. So it really gives it that hazy look and that much sweeter feel. And I think that we do them really well. It's one of the things that Craig is really masterful at are these Northeast IPAs. And he uses a wild yeast strain, which gives it a little bit of a unique taste, and that's why we're calling this one a Double Delaware IPA. The only other one we did with the Double Delaware was the Delaware.
The bear,
which I remember from last February time frame.
Yeah. Another
Delaware was a good one too.
Another good one.
I noticed
So I
that
guess if people don't know, why is it called Railcar 1? That people don't know.
So
Exactly. What inspired it? Yep.
yeah, so I mean, obviously we're in Wilmington, right? Joe Biden lives, 10 miles, if that, from the brewery, probably less as the crow flies. It's probably, a 10-minute drive and straight over the hill there.
Right.
And, the weekend that it looked like he was finally going to finish, off the election and he was getting crowned the president-elect, there was just like this energy in Wilmington, and I'm sure I hope you guys felt it,
Definitely.
It was definitely like this energy here that was like, all right, this is great, I'll say politics aside, but personally, on a personal level, not speaking for the brew, speaking on a personal level, I was very happy that it happened. And I was actually away with my wife that weekend, and we had been talking in the car, and I kind of just said, you're really funny, if you're still going to take the train back and forth from the White House to Wilmington, like, they should make like an Amtrak 1, they should make this train for him that he's going to have to take. And we came back that day. It was our first, my wife and I's our first weekend away without, kids since the quarantine started. And yeah, it was great. We came back to the brewery before we went home because we had like an extra hour. And I walked in and said to Craig and Keith, I said, guys, we should do a Biden beer, and we'll call it, it was originally going to be Amtrak 1. Mm-hmm. And they said, and I kind of explained it, and they said, yeah, let's do it. I said, Craig, can you put it together? He goes, I'll brew it up tomorrow. He had a brew day scheduled, and he kind of decided what he was going to do. He had the right ingredients on hand, and I went to work on the artboard. And, it took me a couple tries to draw what I wanted to draw. I had a couple different ideas. I actually drew a whole version of the train station in Wilmington that is scrapped at this point. But my wife came upstairs and she said, "John, this doesn't look good." And like the other guys, I send them drafts and they're like, "Oh, it looks good." I'm like, "Guys, I need the critical feedback.
Right.
I need you to tell me it sucks." And it didn't look good. And I kind of went back to the drawing board, looked up some old, train posters from the 30s and 40s, and all of a sudden, this started to come together, and I thought it was really fun to do this like old time artwork. I just took Amtrak and painted it like Air Force One and made it as accurate as I could. The only thing that's not on there is the presidential seal.
Right.
We might get in trouble over that one.
So when did it? So you said it was originally going to be called Amtrak One. Who changed it to Railcar?
So I did. As I started to go through it, I realized, okay, Amtrak is one of those quasi-government private entities, and they could get a little bent out of shape about it, and rightfully so, right? So I started doing some research into the history of presidential train cars, and Roosevelt had a train car that he traveled by that was called U.S. Car One, and I started playing around with I need something to fit that Air Force One meter, right? I can't do U.S. Car One. I wanted it to be Air Force One, so I just did Rail Car One. In that searching, Rail Car came up, so I went with that, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I really am proud of this one.
Yeah, it's really good. You had me fooled. I thought that the president really did have a train.
Well, I don't see why he shouldn't.
Yeah, definitely.
We call him Amtrak Joe. In my, I used to travel to DC for work a lot, and I would always see Senator Biden at the train station or on the train, or you see, Senator Carper, Senator Coons. You see these guys on the train, and they're very approachable. It's one thing that's really neat about Delaware is that we all see our politicians fairly regularly because we're so small.
Yeah.
I grew up in New York. I don't think I ever met Pat Moynihan. You don't see your senator that often, but here in Delaware you do. And Biden was somebody that everyone always saw, and so many saw him on the train, and I thought that was really neat. So
yeah.
So that all makes sense.
It's a great idea. It's definitely a great idea for a beer.
Well, certainly.
No.
I was going to say it certainly helps, during quarantine when our capacity is low to be able to sell a whole pallet of beer in one day.
Right.
Absolutely.
From a business standpoint, we're down at a 30% occupancy in the tap room, so. We know that going into winter, it's going to be a lot less people in the tap room.
Right.
We're shifting to a lot of to go. We bought a canning machine. We're canning things in house and trying to put out new releases every week or every couple of weeks, just to fulfill your needs at home, right? Because you're stuck at home with your wife and your kids, your husbands, whoever, and at the same time, you can't come out. This is the way to do it.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Rob, what was your reaction, Rob?
That was actually my question, because I was saying it came out on
his mic's not working.
But then it's sold out. You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Through the mic.
It's sold out in an hour or so, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. So we sent out the email on 8:45 to the people on our subscribers list. And within minutes, the website just crashed. It was down hard. And we were on the phone with our host provider. I think it was about a 3-hour phone call. Orders were trickling through. But we couldn't even get into the back end of our website to see what was going on, to see what our stock looked like. It was really just a comedy of errors, everything that was going wrong.
A little painful problem.
Yeah, it was painful because we knew that everybody wanted it. And I'm getting tweets and Instagram DMs and Facebook messages like, "Hey, do you guys know your website's down?" It's like, yeah, we know
What's going on in China?
And then it's like, well, can I just place an order with you? No, you can't. This is the way it's got to be done. Yeah, like people want to just like, can I just say, Venmo you some money? And it's like, no, we can't do sales that way. So we finally got bumped up to a higher tier around 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And by about 11:45, it was gone. And, one of the things that happened during that time was when we had the website crashing, people got it into their cart and then it kept on loading. So we actually ended up overselling the beer. We had, for the first time ever, we had orders with 2 order numbers, the same order number, 2 different orders. So we were oversold. So all the owners, all the staff members kind of volunteered to give up the beer that we bought or allocated ourselves to make sure that everybody that did buy one gets some. So this can that I have here is a prop. It's going back out because it belongs to somebody.
Wow.
We gave people till Sunday to pick it up. So if anybody doesn't pick it up, maybe we can fill our staff orders. But we had some orders come in from DC. People are going to be driving up this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. That's great.
Right.
Are you going to because of? Go ahead, Rob.
No, I was going to say I saw it made Fox News, I think, as well, didn't it?
Yeah. So a producer from Fox News, I had just seen him tweeting about it. I didn't really understand what was going on. She's like, oh, somebody picked up the story. I didn't realize that he was on location here in Wilmington. He's been covering Biden, for Fox News.
Yep.
And I saw his order come through. He actually tweeted that day. He's like, Wilmington Brew Works is selling this beer, and I can feel comfortable sharing that now that I've gotten my order in. He came in that night, picked it up, and then he must have taken it down to the riverfront, and all of a sudden I got a text from a college friend saying, I posted about it, and he said, hey man, it was on Fox News. I said, like, he lives in Michigan. I'm like, how is he watching like Fox 29? He's like, no. Fox News. And he sent me a screen cap of Peter Ducey down the river holding it. I was like, I don't watch Fox News, but that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then the article was that Ryan Cormier did in the News Journal was picked up by USA Today. And then afterwards, it got picked up by the Associated Press, and it ran in the Washington Post on Tuesday and a couple other newspapers around the country. So like, I've been getting calls from Arizona and California and North Carolina and Georgia and Canada and Maine. Right. There must have been like 8 stories in Maine because I've gotten like 15 email requests from them just today. Hey, can you ship me the beer? I'm sorry, I can't. The law doesn't support that. But if you know anybody in Delaware that wants to come pick it up for you, it will. So I guess
it's safe to say this is y'all's most popular release.
I mean, it's between this and Delaware. It's hard to judge because Delaware, right? We didn't do it online, but we had a line that day, and it sold out. That day. True. And that was really, really a big deal for us. So that was last February. This year, after the pandemic started, we started the website. We started, being able to put beers up there, which isn't going to go away, right? Like, we kind of realized, this is a really nice way of doing things for to-go orders. We're going to keep this forever. Yeah. But when it came to a release, we said, let's not have people wait outside, A, in the cold, B, with social distancing, and, because the line would be however long just to get this. Let's just do it all online. We just, fumbled the ball on the website hosting.
Right.
I think this one might have been bigger because it's more relatable to a bigger audience because it is Joe Biden.
I think because his home state is making the beer, like a brewery from his home state is making the beer. Right, it makes it even go a little bit further in that aspect as well.
Yeah. Right. Around to see the bear.
Nobody wanted. If you saw the bear, you didn't want to see the bear.
You didn't want to see the bear.
No, not at all. Face to face with that bear.
The Delaware was fun, and man, what I've kind of realized from the marketing perspective is that every year or so I need to find something that's like really big, to base the beer off of. Yeah. Because people eat it up. And I've said this a number of times, and it is 100% true. Is like the design is great, and that'll sell the first can. But if you're going to sell more, the beer has to be good. And you know, I believe in everything that Craig does. He does amazing work in the brew house. You know, it's all Greek to me on what he does back there. But his brewing has always been phenomenal, from his last brewery to this one. I think that it's top notch. So like, I can get people in the door to buy the beer the first time, but they come back because it's good. And I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Definitely.
Except for you look like you're in a car. You can't be
no drinking and driving.
Drinking and driving, no.
Yeah, I'm right next to a church too. No, I'm good. I'm good.
He probably driving right now with the headphones on, looking crazy.
Hey guys.
Man,
I'm waiting for my boy.
Will this be a staple for the next 4 years?
Well, I mean,
good question, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for it not to be a staple for the next 4 years, right? You know, if you know anything about Wilmington Brew Works, you know, we do new beers all the time, right? There's always something new coming. But, you know, we like to bring the favorites back, and you know, we still get requests for beers that we haven't had on tap for over a year, and we try and fit them into the schedule. I can tell you that this beer will definitely be back again very soon. It's in the tank right now. We're telling people Christmas, New Year's time frame for the next batch.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, we're not sure the exact date yet. You know, everything has to, you know,
line up.
Brewing is, you know, it's a live yeast. You know, you got to make sure it's going to work. It's going to go. I don't like to promise anything because something could go wrong.
Right.
Definitely has to be out before the inauguration.
Yeah, and definitely another one before the inauguration. So, you know, we're hoping, what we're saying is sign up for our email list. That's how we're going to let the word out. We're going to up our website hosting in the meantime, so that, you know, they can order. But, you know, we're not going to tease it this time because we want those people that are on the email list to be able to get on it. So we're not going to say, hey, it's dropping tomorrow. It's going to be, it's dropping now. Here it is. And, you know, if you're on your machine at the time, that's what it's going to be. And then hopefully we can get some regular releases between then and the inauguration. Nice. And I'm sure it'll come back a couple times after that. I don't see how we can let this one go. It's good. I mean, we started shipping posters all over the country. You know, I think Keith put like 68 pieces of mail in the mailbox today. So it's really fun for me. I was contacted by the University of Delaware Library, who holds Biden's vice presidential papers and his senatorial papers, and they want an empty can and a poster for the library, which is really cool.
Big. That's dope.
Really flipping cool. So
because the thing is, since obviously he won the election, there's going to be more and more things, you know, named in his honor. We've seen popping up. I didn't know, and Rob and I talked about this, that the welcome station on 95, I was riding from Route 1 and I saw the sign that said, you know, the Biden Center was closed. And I'm like, where is the Biden Center? You know, and come to find out, Rob for me is like, oh, that's the welcome station, you know, right by Christiana High School. That
they just changed the name.
Well, it happened a while ago, right?
Since he's been like the vice president. Since he's been the vice president.
Okay. I think what they expected was that after he, you know, left the vice presidency,
right into
it. He's going to ride off into the sunset now, right? And so they started naming the train station after him. They named the rest stop after him.
Right.
You know, he was supposed to just like, you know, live that extra life. He's like, I got other plans, guys.
Right. Well, I'm glad he did.
Literally
worked out nicely.
Yeah. I mean,
hey John, I know you guys said that y'all are at 30% capacity, but will the beer be available on tap?
So I'll let this news drop here. We have 2 sixtels of it, which isn't a lot. But we're gonna let it go on tap tomorrow and Saturday this weekend. Yeah, the weather's gonna be nice. We're gonna have lots of outdoor seating. So we're gonna put that on tap next 2 days. I'm sure it won't last long. I think that we might restrict it to like a 9-ounce pour, so everybody can try it. Because you know, just like we limited the purchasing of it to 2 4-packs, because I had people that wanted to buy cases. Yeah, I'm giving it as gifts. I'm like, oh, you got to get it first.
Yeah,
right.
So
tomorrow and
happy hour, guys.
What's that?
I know, right?
I was saying, the fellas, we may need to do a little impromptu happy hour. We don't normally do it, but 30% capacity, we might need to be a part of that.
Put us on the list. Put us on the list.
Yeah, it's open at 4 tomorrow. We open at 4 tomorrow. It'll be on tap. It'll be here with, like I said, probably 9-ounce pour will be the limit at a time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't buy more than one, but we're trying to make sure as many people can get it as they want.
Yeah.
Right.
So now we got to get the can and the poster in the Smithsonian.
Yeah, there's still other great beers there, even if you miss out on the.
Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of good stuff on tap right now.
Yeah,
we just
I guess for the viewers and listeners, if you can, whatever you can name off the top of your head, along with World Part One, I know this is the brew drop. What other kind of brew styles do you have that are regularly on tap to kind of get them a flavor?
Yeah, so our bread and butter are both the Northeast IPA and the milkshake sours. Those are two things that we've done really well. Like right now, I think we have a cherry vanilla limeade and a blackberry vanilla sour on tap.
Yes, you do. Yes,
and the blackberry vanilla is in cans right now. That's running low. And then I can tell you that next week we're canning cherry vanilla limeade into cans. So that'll be fun. We've got a Northeast Pale Ale called Organic Amplitude, which is really good. Our cider program has really blossomed this year. So we've got a new dry cider called Fogel Grip. It's named after the ship that came with the Kalmar nickel, not the actual Kalmar nickel that the Swedes were on, but the second one. It's like Nina Pinta Santa Maria. This is like Kalmar nickel, Fogel Grip, and so. That is phenomenal if you're into ciders. And then Ryan has been mixing up a couple flavored ciders from the blood orange, and we have a caramel peach. And I think the apple pie cider will come back again before Christmas. We're going to bottle that again, so you can have it for the holidays. That was I enjoyed that on Thanksgiving, and I hope to enjoy it again on Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got a Dunkel. We've got a Dunkel on tap right now. We've got an Irish oatmeal stout. We just did another version of our Midnight Snacks, which is our flavored pastry stouts. This is just straight vanilla stout, and it's really good. I just had a glass of that.
Okay.
I can't think of what else on the tap list off the top of my head, but I think I covered most of it. Sartorial Absence, which was our last can release.
His name.
That's the one with like the guy in the underwear on the can.
Yeah.
Emperor's New Clothes may have been inspired by another executive.
Say no names, huh?
He doesn't understand what's going on right now. But,
Right. Who does not understand?
So, Emperor's got no clothes, so that's the way it is. And that one's 9.2% Northeast IPA, brewed with honey.
So you want to take your clothes off after you get done drinking?
Oh yeah. You need to look down and make sure you got your clothes on after that. This one, I'll tell you, this one's not too shabby. This one's 8%. It doesn't drink. I don't think it drinks like it.
No, not at all.
It goes down really nice.
It goes nice and smooth, but it's one of those creep up on yous.
Yeah, not too heavy. Got some of those floral notes in there. Those fruit flavors on the back end.
It's all that's left in my cup.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read the ingredients. Is there lactose in that?
This one is non-lactose.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's smooth like it's lactose in it. It's so smooth like it's lactose. That's why.
Yeah, we did a bunch of lactose at the beginning. Delaware was a lactose Northeast IPA. We haven't done as many of late. I mean, the Lupulin Enlightenment are one of those signature IPAs does have it, but these days we haven't been doing as many. I think our production assistant Ryan is vegan, and he keeps on, giving Craig the elbow as he's about to put the lactose in. Leave it out of this.
I want to drink this one.
Right. All right. I think. Anybody else have any more questions?
Nah, man.
Not really. Other than just to congratulate you guys on the great tasting beer. It's delicious. I will say that between Friday and Saturday, Wilmington Brew Works and Rob, you guys can expect me to be in your neighborhood. I'll say it to both of y'all now. So if I can grab the other two guys to come out at some point on one of those days, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place for people to take pictures of your podcast. You know, and we're happy to be your local. You know, let me tell you, I really like seeing those pictures. I was sorry I wasn't here that day because I would have snagged some myself, but it was really fun to see. And I'll definitely share this on our feed, once it's up there and archived and stuff. So.
Please.
Yeah, we love just how much you guys support us, welcome us anytime we're here. I even reflect sometimes on the soft opening when we were in the building, and you guys really do a good job not just getting people into the brewery, but also educating us on what the actual building and what you guys do in the community. So I'm a fan. You guys are a fan of mine.
Yeah, we miss those flights of discovery events where you get between 25 and 40, or I think one time we even had up to 60 people in here. And we go through a flight and we do a guided tasting and we have notes up on the screen and we get to meet all of you in a setting where it's not a crowded bar. Obviously things right now are a little different, but that soft opening, that was the last time our website crashed. So,
wow. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly missed those. We did a Zoom flight to discovery for a private company, and we were thinking maybe we should try and do this over the winter to see if people just want to grab a 4-pack of a mixed pack of beers and we'll just hop on and do something.
I think they would. Yeah, I think you got something with that.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, cool. That's all I had. I just wanted to kind of, just thank you guys for being a staple in the community. You guys, I believe you guys will be around a long time, and continue to expand and do great things.
Cheers! Thank you very much.
Yeah, and congratulations on being the first because there's going to be more beers coming after.
Well, it's funny. I don't want to. I know we're wrapping up, but we had this idea. It was. My design was just about finished. It was already in the tank brewing. We hadn't told anybody. And then we saw an article from Wisconsin that some guy was he made a Biden beer and it was, inoffensive and not too bitter. He was just kind of being a little bit of a jerk about it.
Right.
And Keith called me. He's like, we need to release it to the press now.
Right.
So I wrote up a press release. I called up the news journal, my contact there. I said, hey, this is dropping on Monday. I'm giving you the scoop. And he ended up writing the article, and that that built the hype, which was certainly the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man. That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yep. So Rob, you want to sign us out or give a kind of final conclusion over there? I think he's kind of freezing up, but we can.
Rob, you all right over there? Nope, frozen. Yo, the crazy part is that he is the clearest, but he's frozen.
He is the clearest. He's the clearest still image.
I mean, it's a clear still image, though. I mean, it's really fantastic.
Well, I mean, we can.
On
Rob,
behalf of Rob and the rest
usually
of the
on any
podcast, y'all have a good week, everyone.
Yeah. And usually what we just ask is that you guys tell our listeners and viewers how to actually reach Wilmington Brew Works on the World Wide Web. So just kind of give a plug of how you guys can be found on social media.
Yeah, awesome. Twitter, we're WBW Beer. Facebook, we're at Wilmington Brew Works. And Instagram, we're at Wilmington Brew Works. And our website's wilmingtonbrewworks.com, where you can order beer for pickup here at our tap room. And we have started shipping, certain items, all over the country, like these posters and stickers.
Awesome.
So if you're in California and you want to rep some Biden beer merch,
okay,
send that out.
Yes.
We don't mind taking advantage of the situation a little bit. Presidential paraphernalia is a thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. And provide John, give the address out too. What's the address?
Oh yeah. So we're on the north side of Wilmington, right where 95 meets Route 202. It's 3129 Miller Road. It's the Spanish building that doesn't look like it belongs anywhere on this side of the country. And if you hit the Home Depot, you've gone too far.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. Park at the Home Depot, walk back.
Yeah. Exactly. Pick up some waltz and then come over here, eat it with a beer.
Right there you go. You're right.
Yep. Rob, if you're back, we gave you heard we gave the social media plug. How you want to wrap it up? He's delayed.
It's over. It's over. That's how we're gonna wrap it up. Have a good week, everyone.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, he said
we gotta close. It's closed.
Yeah.
The shop is closed.
All right,
John, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And cheers,
Rob. We appreciate you too, Rob.
I don't have anything else, but
yes, I'm finished up.
Yo, enjoy the rest of your night, man.
All right, guys.
Take care.
Have a good week,
All
everyone.
right, cheers, guys.
All right, man.
Peace.
Bye. Rob, you back?
You